Welcome to The Explainer. So, over the last 48 hours, Tamil Nadu has been absolutely gripped by this edge-of-your-seat political thriller. We've got an actor-turned-politician making a massive electoral debut, completely upending traditional power structures, but he doesn't quite score a clean victory. We're going to break down exactly what happened, the minute-by-minute math, and the massive realignments happening right now behind closed doors.
Which brings us to the big question we're exploring today. How exactly do you form a government when you win the most seats but you still don't have a majority? This was the ultimate test of political maneuvering for actor-turned-politician Vijay and his newly formed party, TVK. You know, he had the massive star power, but as we're about to see, momentum doesn't automatically hand you the keys to the state if you don't have the math to back it up.
All right, let's talk about the magic number here, 118. Out of 234 seats in the Tamil Nadu Legislative Assembly, you have to prove you have the backing of at least 118 MLAs to claim power. Now, TVK emerged as the single largest party with 107 seats. It's agonizingly close, right? But still short of that crucial threshold.
Here is our roadmap for today. First, the magic number, 118. Second, allies seal the deal. Third, a brewing AI-ADMK rebellion. And four, a historic first coalition.
Section 1. The magic number, 118.
So, standing right between Vijay and the Chief Minister's office was Governor R.V. Arlikar, who basically acted as a very strict gatekeeper. Just look at the sheer tension over these 3 days. Vijay had to make 3 separate, highly stressful trips to the Lok Bhavan to state his claim. Wednesday, the governor dismissed it. Thursday, dismissed again because of a lack of House support. By Friday, the pressure was at an absolute boiling point as Vijay was literally racing against the clock.
Political commentator S. Grumworthy actually pointed out the technical reason for this huge delay. He called it a complete rookie mistake by TVK's advisors. See, initially, TVK could have just gone to the governor claiming to be the single largest party. That usually forces the governor to invite them to prove their majority on the assembly floor. But instead, they attached a letter of support from the Congress Party and explicitly claimed they were forming a coalition government. That completely shifted the technical requirements. Suddenly, the governor demanded hard proof of a 118-seat coalition majority right up front.
And man, did this lead to a numbers nightmare. TVK was claiming 116 seats, literally just 2 shy. They even released a video of an AMMK party MLA, S. Kamaraj, voluntarily writing a letter of support for them. But almost instantly, AMMK leadership fired back. They were screaming horse trading and forgery, and they went straight to the police. The desperate scramble for those last couple of seats was getting incredibly messy.
Section 2. Allies seal the deal.
So, block by block, here is how the math actually played out. TVK started with their 107. They added 5 from the Congress Party. The left parties, CPI and CPIM, tossed in 4. That brought them to 116. Then the VCK brought in 2. And finally, the Indian Union Muslim League, or IUML, added 2 more. Stacking all of these together, the coalition comfortably hit 120 seats, safely crossing that finish line.
But, the real turning point, the climax to this whole numbers nightmare, was the 11th hour decision by the VCK and the IUML. Despite days of suspense and back and forth, both parties ultimately extended their unconditional support. This was it. This was the exact moment Vijay's bid was saved, pushing TVK right over the threshold to form the government.
Of course, we all know that in coalition politics, support is rarely ever completely unconditional, right? Behind the scenes, the power-sharing modalities that glued this historic alliance together actually involved real cabinet representation. Sources are indicating the VCK secured 1 ministerial berth, while the left parties secured 2.
Section 3. A brewing AI-ADMK rebellion.
Now, while all of this scrambling for numbers was happening, a massive internal fracture was unfolding in the principal opposition party, the AIADMK. Officially, party chief EPS was putting out some very cryptic public messaging. He was just congratulating the party that will form the government without even naming names. But behind closed doors, a chaotic rebellion was brewing. This was led by senior leader C.V. Shanmugam, who was allegedly plotting to completely split the party. Sources are actually naming some real heavy hitters in this rebel huddle. People like S.P. Valamani, M.R. Vijay Bhaskar, Natham Viswanathan. And even more dramatically, over 30 AIADMK MLAs were reportedly backing this rebel faction. 3 high-profile figures in particular were supposedly on the absolute verge of dumping their party chief so they could jump ship and join Vijay's TVK.
To put the sheer paranoia of this moment into perspective, over 40 AIADMK MLAs actually had to be sequestered at a resort in neighboring Puducherry. Why? Well, to physically prevent them from cross-voting or defecting to TVK while Vijay was busy shoring up his numbers. They were only rushed back to Chennai for an urgent meeting once the crisis hit its absolute peak. It's a classic high-stakes political maneuver.
Section 4. A historic first coalition.
Once Vijay finally secured the numbers, the dust started to settle, and one of the most significant moments came from former Chief Minister M.K. Stalin of the DMK. Despite what was a truly bitter electoral fight, Stalin gracefully conceded. He extended his best wishes to the new government and vowed to be a constructive opposition. So why does this matter? Because in a highly volatile, unpredictable time, it showed a crucial moment of democratic maturity and stability for the state.
But make no mistake, the ripple effects here were immediate and they were national. Because the Congress Party decided to dump the DMK to support TVK in the State Assembly, the DMK took swift action in the national parliament. They officially wrote to the Lok Sabha Speaker requesting to separate their seating arrangements from the Congress. This signals a complete dissolution of the DMK-Congress alliance on the national stage. It just goes to show how a state-level coalition can completely fracture a massive national bloc.
Which leaves us with a pretty massive question. What does this unprecedented coalition mean for the future of Dravidian politics? Think about it. We have a first-time politician in Vijay successfully cobbling together a government, an ongoing rebellion threatening to tear the AI-DMK apart, and the DMK completely severing its national ties with the Congress. The traditional two-party dominance in Tamil Nadu, it is completely shattered. How is this new multi-party dynamic going to hold up? We are definitely going to be watching this closely. Thanks for joining me on this explainer, and I'll catch you on the next one.